Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's Ford and back, and I'm out on the links to go and have a little play with this new GRIZZLA kit. I've pimped my ride, and yeah, gee, it looks good and feels really good. So things are different. I've upped my game. Thanks to GRIZZLA, so much to GRIZZLA. Look at this. Man, if you've got a Lynx, you've got to consider some of these upgrades, if not all of them, because it's really made this ride feel really solid. I've only just jumped on it, but yeah, wow. I've got a whole bunch more leverage now than I had before, especially in that front toe pad. Yeah, and it's really blurry. I've blinged it all up with my pink kit, so cool setup. Thanks to GRIZZLA for being able to offer some different color choices. So I'm just going to shout out my discount code straight away, because I'm pretty sure that you've already looked at this and thought, my God, I've got to order some of that. And yeah, GRIZZLA pads are amazing. If you haven't seen them or haven't come across my channel or my other wheels, I've been using GRIZZLA pads for a couple of years and they're amazing on all my wheels. They're all still rolling like perfect. They've got you really sorted. With the GRIZZLA upgrade kit, you can order the whole thing or just get the modular approach and add little parts. If you're looking at the full kit, you've got a really nice seat, and there's a couple of size options there. You've got a slim seat or a larger seat, depending on your comfort level. I've got the slim seat here that I'm rolling on. You can order the seat in different colors as well. Then you've got the lower jump pad upgrades. They're a lot wider than the standard pad that you get on the Lynx, and they're also a softer material and probably a little bit grippier. They're really durable, but soft enough to give you just a little bit of feel before you really pick them up and push into them. You'll see that the ones that they come with, it's a lot harder. Yeah, a lot harder material, sort of clanky. Yeah, this is nice and squishy. Then you've also got the flow pads to consider. Now you've got a couple of options with the flow pads. You can actually order the flow pads with just the upper and remove the lower part, which is a little bit cheaper, I believe. But then you might not be able to transfer that as well onto another wheel. Possibly you can actually just order a set of the flow pad, and it's really easy to unscrew half of the pad the same way you would if you just bought half of the pad. So, if it were me, I'd probably just buy the full set, because then I can move them between my wheels. So yeah, underneath there you've got just a really nice protective bumper that clips on so beautifully. It's so well engineered, and that's what I've got to say about the seat. I was really surprised with, there was a hinge mechanism that just clips onto the back handle, and then that locks into the seat and enables it to lift up and still use the trolley handle. And just that design alone, really thought out engineering from people that obviously use these wheels and know what they need. It's so annoying having to remove a seat. If you want to trolley your wheel around, it's so annoying having to remove a seat to be able to do that. And it also just comes with a little bit of Velcro tape. So attach the Velcro and then fold it down, and that'll give you the position that you need to pop that in. Couldn't help myself. I just wanted to come over to the trails, just a little bit light trail, just to try the pads out and really try to find a couple of just little drops and things, just to feel the jump pads and my placement, just to try the pads out and really try to find a couple of. So I had to get out in the day just to have another go with these new pads and the setup. It's really much better, having that little bit extra room in the toe pad, in the jump pad, because it's a bit wider. It's just giving me more to lift this wheel up, still getting it dialed in. The ability to really quickly adjust them is great as well. It'll suit different riders and different shoes. So you just have to unscrew that little wing nut there, and then you can just position them and give them a slight tilt, only slightly as well. I showed a comparison between the GRIZZLA pad and the standard pad, and it seems there might be a little bit more room to adjust upwards with the standard pad, but I'm not really sure why you'd want that with the jump pad. So I think GRIZZLA have it really dialed in nicely. My foot's really tightly locked in there, and it feels really good. So just keep praising it, because it does feel that good. Sometimes I just make a little error, or I'm starting to lean the wheel over or you know, twisted in a weird way, but I just grab with the pad. It's not the wheel. There's nothing on the wheel to grab with. So, you know, your shin and your leg lock in and hold the wheel up. And without the pads, and I think without the bigger flow pads, it just makes it a bit trickier. And without any pads, you can't do it. So you just need something, especially in the little trails, or if you're leaning in to get some speed, you know, you need something to grab onto there. And also these pedals, they just don't have as much. Yeah, they're not that spiked and they don't have as much as you really want to grip onto. So locking that jump pad down keeps your feet on the pedals when you're starting to hit that bumpy stuff. So I've been really trying to shake these pads loose, shake off that Velcro that they've put on there, but it's not moving, not budging, and it's really warm. Sometimes the glues come a bit unstuck on, you know, cheaper Velcro, but this stuff's holding up. I'm putting a lot of lean in and yeah, trying to throw it over some jumps and just give it a bit of push, you know. So really really comfortable and just giving me more. Yeah, just giving me more to work with in this trail stuff too. Well, I had a ball in the trails again. I said I wasn't going to put the LYNX in the trails, but how can you not, really? I knew I would. I just didn't want to, but I haven't scratched it. I think I laid it over, but it didn't get a scratch, and it wasn't a crash because I kept 1 foot on and I stayed upright. So I'm calling that still no crashes on the LYNX. And I'm going to put that down to having a good set of pads for the whole time. Why not? It really is just, I can't really imagine rolling without it. You know, and I remember back at the very beginning, if you go all the way back, please don't, my videos are terrible, they still are, but they were worse back then you'll see I made homemade pads and little bits of yoga mat and do what you do to get rolling and improve your roll. But if you can really start to put a few dollars aside, save up, maybe help cover the shipping with a group buy, use my discount code because it does help, you know, especially if you're buying the full kit, it's going to save you a few dollars. But this LYNX kit really does make a better roll. I've said it so many times, and that's what this whole video is about, because I really wanted to bring it to you and show you how good it is. Go back and watch, I've got a few other videos of the LYNX up, just with the standard flow system, which was still amazing. I had no troubles, loved every roll. But this is just giving me a slightly better aesthetic. I like the look. I like to be able to dress things up and bright wheel, you know, a little bit of flair. It's nice to have sometimes. And you know what? I can mix it up. I've got another set of pads if I don't like it. So yeah, cool, you do you. But this is definitely a good buy if you've been hesitating or you just wanted to see some more about the LYNX kit. I hope this gave you what you wanted. Gave me a bunch of fun. And you know, I decided to go for a little bit more of a roll just to get the feel of this because it really does feel so good. I'm not making it up. You know, this LYNX kit has improved the way this already awesome wheel is rolling. So and it's a nice night and I've got some time, so off I go into the city. Thought I'd try to take a nice photo while my wheel looks good and before it gets dirty, trash everything. The wheel's still really holding up brilliantly. I've got so much more control, I think, with these pads, and just being a slightly larger one at the front makes a massive difference for me. I've got things feeling really nice. I noticed that when I was getting up to speed, I really could sort of control the wobble quite a bit more. You know, the LYNX has got a little bit of wobble, people have noticed, and if you get up to speed, it does actually give you a few speed wobbles. I've noticed with this LYNX kit on board, it feels just a little bit nicer. And yeah, it didn't really give me much of that wobble. I could control it, or I sort of had a bigger hold of the wheel. Yeah, so I think I just had a bit better purchase on the wheel and I could control that a little bit more. I spent so much longer out tonight than I thought I would. I just had fun. Yeah, cool to feel the vibe of EUC and enjoy it so much. It's what happens. Sometimes you make yourself get out for a little roll and you end up coming home a few hours later But this GRIZZLA kit is amazing. Yeah, all the GRIZZLA stuff ever bought, it just stacks up and, you know, makes things better. Every single bit of GRIZZLA kit I've added to a wheel makes it worthwhile, and I'm really happy every time I've done that. It really enhances the ride and makes your wheel better. So you do pay a little bit, but the stuff really stacks up. The quality's there, the support's there, and it makes your ride safer, better. You've got more control, which is pretty important, I think. So any way that you can enhance your control and give yourself a little bit more comfort at the same time, that's a win-win. So please, you know, have a look at the GRIZZLA stuff. Try to borrow some if you've got a friend that's rolling with some, and have a feel of how that goes on your wheel, if they'll be generous enough to let you switch it out for a roll. Or just take the plunge. There's plenty of really good reviews online, and I think plenty of people will be getting this LYNX kit will be stoked and happy to, you know, give their thoughts on this as well. It's really cool, but pick the bits you need. Yeah, shipping sometimes hurts, so maybe it's best to just order it all at once. You can't go wrong. It's really, really good kit. So yeah, thanks GRIZZLA. Thanks for making awesome products, keeping the community alive, and always, you know, pushing for the new wheels and new stuff. Appreciate them supporting my channel from the start. So, cheers guys. Thanks so much for coming along to another video, a real quick one tonight, just to show off my new LYNX kit and yeah, show you what an upgrade it is. I'll try to get out and I'll use it a lot. I'll see you all next time for another video, and I had a ball, so I hope you enjoyed watching. I'll see you again for another video really soon. Bye for now.
Say you're all